it's bothersome to me on so many levels. Her being here is the epitome of white privilege to me.
I understand where you're coming from, but let me just be clear. I never want to be the thing that was done to me by white women. I never want to be that.
Okay.
I said what I said.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you, baby.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
All right, everybody, welcome to Daytime Tea Time. If you're new to my channel, my name is Candice. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will always know when I upload. All right, y'all, happy Friday. We got some things we about to get into, but first I want to shout out my sponsor for this video, which is adamandeve.com. It's the holiday season, so I know y'all about to be cuddled up even more, having babies and everything, trying to bring in 2021 the right way. So check this out, and then I'm coming back with some more. This video is sponsored by adamandeve.com, which is America's #1 adult toy superstore. And let me tell y'all something, this is definitely a superstore, offering more than just adult toys. They have lingerie, massage oils, sexy bedroom games, I mean everything. Everything for you and your partner, or you by yourself, to have the most romantic, loving, and fun times. So head on over to adamandeve.com and see what you like. And make sure when you check out, you use my code TEATIME, and you will receive 50% off of one item plus free shipping to the US and Canada. Some exclusions may apply. adamandeve.com, for her, for him, for all couples. Enjoy. Shout out to adamandeve.com for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use my code TEATIME for 50% off and free shipping. But anyways, y'all, okay, so let's get into it. We're gonna talk about Miss Jada Pinkett Smith and her mother, Gammy. Y'all know we love us some Gammy over here. We love all the Smiths, but we love Gammy over here. On the Red Table Talk, out of the three ladies, Willow Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Gammy, Adrienne Banfield Norris, but we call her Gammy. Gammy is everything, okay? She's very strong-minded. She is very much, you have your opinion and I have mine. And when you give your opinion, I'm not gonna stop my face from showing how I feel about your opinion. Not disrespectful or anything, but with Gammy, if I said what I said was a person, it's Gammy.
I said what I said.
We know that Gammy is always going to stick to her opinion, and recently she disagreed with her daughter, Jada Pinkett Smith, and a lot of the fans kind of made it a Jada Pinkett Smith versus her mother situation. But Jada Pinkett Smith had to come through and let y'all know that her and her mother are fine, they are cool, they can disagree with each other without there being beef. First, I want you guys to see what they were disagreeing about, and then we're going to get into Jada Pinkett Smith's response. On the most recent episode of Red Table Talk, they had a guest named Olivia Jade. Her mother is Lori Loughlin, and we know her as Aunt Becky from Full House, and her father is a famous fashion designer, Massimo Giannulli. Her parents recently went to prison for one of the biggest college administration scams, bribing and cheating to get their kids into the top universities, and Gammy, Jada Pinkett Smith's mother, did not want her to be on the show, and she explained why.
We are about to meet with a young lady, Olivia Jade. A lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions about her story. She called and wanted to come to our table, and we all had very different feelings about it.
Yeah. You know, I fought it tooth and nail. I just found it really ironic that she chose 3 black women to reach out to for her redemption story. I feel like here we are, a white woman coming to black women for support when we don't get the same from them. It's just, it's bothersome to me on so many levels. Her being here is the epitome of white privilege to me.
I understand where you're coming from, but let me just be clear. I never want to be the thing that was done to me by white women. I never want to be that.
Okay.
I also believe that these are the kind of attitudes that feed the same thing that we're fighting. It's like people look at us, they say you're black and you're female, and they automatically put us in a category. So looking at her as being white, young, and privileged, and then putting her in a category, it's the same thing. So I just see it as this cycle.
It's not our responsibility to raise her consciousness.
There's gonna be lots of people that agree with you.
100%.
And we're gonna get heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get heat. I also feel like this is a practice of compassion. To me, this young girl is reaping the repercussions of some actions of her parents. When I heard her story, it just reminded me of Jaden, Willow, and Trey.
It didn't remind me of them at all.
It did for me. As a parent, I'm like, ooh, I've been in that position with me thinking I know what's best for my kids. And then they suffer the consequence of it.
So you think that she didn't understand what was going on? Because they did the same thing for her sister. Bottom line, we can't act like we know exactly what happened. At the end of the day, I really feel like she gonna be okay. You know, and she's gonna recover whether her ass was sitting at this table or not.
Maybe, maybe not. That's not something that we could say. It's like this. Just because you have privilege, it doesn't exempt you. The fact that Willow, for so long, suffered in silence and even turned to self-harming herself because she didn't feel like she had a right to be hurt. I've had to deal with that part as well. People go, your kids are gonna be fine because they're rich. We don't care. And that's painful. And it's not true.
Exactly.
I feel like Olivia deserves a space.
Obviously you do, because I fought it, and guess what? She gonna be sitting right there.
That's what this table's about. This table's about growth.
My feelings are what they are.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
totally, yeah, so let's carry on.
So they carried on with the interview, and Olivia Jade was able to speak and talk about how she feels with her parents being in prison, and she explained her white privilege and how she had to learn more about her white privilege and the fact that her parents were definitely wrong for cheating and scheming to get her and her sisters into the top universities. She explained that she basically lived in a bubble, a rich white bubble, and the things that her parents did, she thought they were normal. She didn't think that they were wrong. And now she's learning more. And basically she wants a chance to redeem herself and live life better, and basically detach herself from the things that her parents decided to do that she wasn't fully aware of. So after this episode aired, a lot of the fans were taking sides with Jada Pinkett Smith versus Gammy, saying Jada Pinkett Smith was wrong and that Gammy was right. So Jada Pinkett Smith took to Instagram and she posted this video of her and her mother, and she posted this in her caption: "Gam and I may not always agree, but we for damn sure always got each other's back." Listen, y'all, me personally, I'm actually very happy that Jada Pinkett Smith made this post, because on TV, on reality TV, TV shows, whatever, when you work with your family, it's very easy to be torn apart, and Jada making sure that don't happen. Me and my mother just disagree, but we're fine. We see way too many of our favorite families being torn apart. We've seen it happen time and time again, so I'm here for Jada Pinkett Smith stopping it right there. But as far as the topic and the point of view of having Olivia Jade on the show, I felt like Willow Smith, to where I agreed with both of them. As a mother, if I made a horrible mistake, I would not want my daughter to have to be in trouble for it for the rest of her life. I just think we have to have some compassion, but I agree with Gammy, this is not the year where I want to have compassion. This has been a very, very, very hard year. It's been hard for us for generations, but this year, no. Emotionally, we don't want to care about white people and their seemingly small problems in comparison to what we go through. Both points of view were right. Jada's point of view and her mother's.
Express why this would be upsetting for you, just so that she has understanding, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, totally.
different perspective.
I think for me, it's like there is so much violent dehumanization that the Black community has to go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Right? There is so much devastation, particularly this year, 2020, with the pandemic and everything being brought to the table, just how there's so much
Inequality.
inequality and inequity. That when you come to the table with something like this, it's like, child, please.
Right. No, I get that.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with everything that we have to deal with as a community, and I just don't have the energy to put into the fact that you lost your endorsements.
Right.
You know, or you're not in school right now.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be okay, because your parents are gonna go in and they're gonna do their 60 days and they're gonna pay their fine, and you guys will go on and you'll be okay and you will live your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's so many of us that it is not gonna be that situation.
Yeah.
It just makes it very difficult right now for me to care.
Right.
I totally
In
understand
this
that.
atmosphere that we are in right now. A year from now, I might feel differently. But right now, in the atmosphere that the world is in, it's very difficult for me to feel compassionate about you.
But
I'm trying to,
Right.
and I shouldn't say about you because I don't want you to take it that personally. You know what I mean? It's not really about you.
I said what I said.
It is what it is. We all have our opinions, and I want to know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think down below. Whose point of view do you lean more towards? Jada Pinkett Smith or her mother, Gammy? Let me know what you think. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'm going to catch you in the next one, all right? Bye.